Internet! As always, I am Dr. Arcade, and not quite so, as always, this is Lords of Magic Legends of Urak. Now, by this point, the game's pretty much thrown off all pretenses of being based on Beow. Read that later. Anyway, I've spent most of the past, several hours actually, doing what you might call level grinding, which I've decided to not show. Because level grinding is notoriously tedious, and if I showed it, then these videos would just go on and on and on forever, going nowhere. But anyway, you tend to get, at least in this instance, goodies when you go grinding. I managed to pick up 2 new party members. Agir the Wizard, and these axe throwers. I've also gained a whole bunch of experience so that all my military units are at their maximum level, which is level 5 in this game. Also, my main character is at his maximum level of 12. However, my Dwarven Warrior is only at level 8, and my Wizard is at level 9. Just a battle or so more to go before he reaches level 10. I also picked up, oh wait, one more thing before we talk about artifacts. You may notice, the more observant among you, that I have precisely 13 dwarves in my party. 4 military units, each military unit is made up of 3 individual units each, plus my champion. I also have a wizard and a hobbit. This sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's just like the Hobbit. Also, speaking of the Hobbit, I've picked up several artifacts relating to it, including this thing, called Gonthurine's Ring. You can see it enables a spell. This is Earth Meld, and it allows the caster to instantly retreat from the map, and other units may follow if the command is given. So basically it allows for a free retreat. It also gives +2 strength, +3 dexterity, and +5 attack speed. Rate of attack. Yeah. A seemingly simple ring made of gold. This ring makes all stealth activities much easier. It is coveted by all who hear of it, and has caused wars between nations in the past, for it slowly lowers political states between all faiths when wielded. Yep. Yeah, we passed completely, it seems, from Beowulf into The Hobbit. Also, if that thing about political states between faiths doesn't make sense to you, this is the intelligence screen, and here, well, the intelligence screen is where you can see your resources, artifacts, known spells, and other faiths' attitude towards you. You have order, it's neutral, and life is aversion, which means they don't like us very much. So there you have it. There are political states between faiths matter in this game. Other things I got include Nodling. The slender blade, usable only by Earth Thieves, was made long ago during the ancient wars between the Little People and the Orcs. You can still detect the presence of orcs and also adds +7 melee attack against them. This is also it adds +2 to your sight radius. This is based on the elvish dagger that Bilbo found among the various treasures gathered up by the trolls, which they fought early on in The Hobbit. Other stuff I picked up include these 2 mana potions for my wizard. I picked up a lot of stuff for my wizard, including these scrolls. Cure Wounds, it's a healing spell, it can be cast in battle, or on the overland map. Scroll of Ether Gauze, heals over time, can only be cast on the overland map. Scroll of Turn to Stone. Targets a unit, and it basically, makes them unable to move or attack if the caster's level is greater than the target's level by 3. And this Tourniquet spell, which is like the Ether Gauze, only stronger. Fireball, which deals 4 plus caster's level hit points of damage to any unit in its path. And that's all the spells. At least all the spells that I now have scrolls for. You may notice that each scroll is a different color and has a different faith symbol on the scroll. Those denote which spell the faith is the spell is native to. Ugh, need some water. Anyway, this is an air spell. This is a life spell. This is an earth spell, etc. Now, since this wizard is an order mage, if I find any spells with order's color on them, color and symbol on them, when I give them to the wizard, he instantly learns them and can cast them permanently. Whereas these scrolls are only good for as long as the wizard is actually wielding them. And even then, I think they're only good for a certain number of times. I'm not too sure on how many times you can use it, but I think it's temporary. Anyway, so I'm in here looking for a passage through the mountains. Because, I need to do that to go to Hermit. To do that, I need to go through the lands of men, which in this game would be represented by the Order Cave. And I found the passage, I think. Let's go. This cave appears to go more deeply into the mountains than the others. Perhaps it is the passage that you seek. Ultimately, the cave... Unfortunately, the cave also appears to be guarded by a fierce-looking orc warrior who is having a party with a few of his close friends. And I can just imagine the snickering sneer on the programmer's face when he wrote that. Let's go. Those look like a few close friends. We have here a level 7 orc chieftain. He's just called orc warrior instead of being given a proper name. And this bunch of people, level 4 and level 3. Not quite as much of a challenge as I feared, but it may take some doing.
My lord calls.
Cast leadership. It grants my entire party an additional +1 to attack. And you may have heard that. It was basically the orc warrior rallying his troops. For some reason, it's supposed to, cancel a retreat, I think. but I'm not too sure on what it does. I've owned this game since I was like, or at least I've been playing it since I was 6, and I'm still not entirely clear on what rallying the troops in this game does. But for some reason, the AI always casts it at the beginning of the battle. Always has them rally at the beginning of the battle. Alright. But I'm gonna cast Protection now to give my entire party +1 armor. Ooh, they're charging me.
My spells are yours. Speed is of the essence.
I was hoping they wouldn't do that. Because I like to be able to have certain attack orders. Anyway.
I'll get him.
We can probably take them, so long as, you know, we don't get overwhelmed.
I'll get him.
Get those wolves before they get my wizard. Speaking of my wizard, seeing this nifty spell, Possession. Basically, I take control of a military unit if my caster's level is greater than the target's level by 3. I have a level 9 wizard. Their strongest military unit is level 4. Let's do it.
Be still. Riders, crush 'em.
My lord calls?
And wouldn't you know it, I'm out of mana. I haven't taken a single casualty yet, even though I think that record's about to change. Wow, my dwarves were so powerful. Okay. That went off very well. That went very well. My wizard's gone up to his maximum level. I did not lose a single unit. I didn't even lose a single third, like, even an individual troop. I did not lose. No casualties. That's awesome. Got 100 ale and 100 gold, but not that like any of that matters, since I have my handy dandy ring, which for some reason removes my need to removes these little minus markers that take away resources. Because I need resources. You need resources to keep your troops in the field in this game. Okay. Let's read the text. It is as you hoped. After a long journey through the darkness, you come out onto a grassy plain on the other side of the mountains. However, your smile of triumph doesn't last long, for in the distance you can see a prosperous elven village, and beyond that the sea opens up, and it quickly becomes apparent that you are going to need a boat to travel any further. Perhaps the lands of men lie across that ocean. Maybe those elves will know for sure. As you descend the mountains, you mutter to yourself, I hope we've got enough to pay for this. So, let's go. Alright, but first... yeah, I was going to say, but first, cast Tourniquet. Alright then. Come across these elves. Greetings, traveler! If you are in need, I'm sure those in the village will be happy to help. We are merely here to maintain the safety of the countryside. That's it. In answer to your question, the elves reply, yes, the lands of men lie north across the channel. Forgive us, for we must leave now. Fair travels unto you, friend. Just like elves. Yeah, oh wait, there's a road here. Following roads, you can't go wrong with following roads in this game. Or at least in the quest. I may show you the core game later, and in that game, roads lead to, or the fastest way to get to other nations. Ah, there we are. Village. It's a village, and it has a boat. Oh, wait. One more thing I forgot to mention. One more literary reference. Let's see. Earlier, I was grinding through this series of troll caves, much like how it's basically that encounter with the trolls that Beow has early in the Hobbit, that's repeated over and over, and significantly easier to beat. Because in the original tale, Gandalf had to save the party by baiting the trolls into remaining until the sun rose, and if you read The Hobbit, you know that. And beyond that, I was grinding through this series of orc caves. Much like how in The Hobbit, Bilbo and Thorin and the rest of the dwarves, with Gandalf of course, had to go through the mines of Moria to get to Smaug. Anyway, I'm here at this village. The tall masts of elven ships draw you down to the village. The town seems happy and prosperous, and you quickly find your way to a shipwright. The elf greets you cordially and claims to make the best ships in Urak. Says he may be willing to make a deal. I'd sell you one. This is the scroll that tells you about barter. Don't show this again. I think I've told you about how barter works in this game. Alright then. They're trading me a ship for... I say to you, no, I'm not giving you everything. No. Okay, so they want crystals now. Okay. I want 160 gold. Yeah. Tough crowd. Tough crowd. No stinking way am I giving you everything you owed. I will, however, offer 320 gold. How does that sound? Okay, you want 605 gold? I think that's the fairest price so far, and I need this boat, so, okay. The rich merchant, not the now rich merchant, chuckles as you leave. Nice doing business with you.
Ready to sail.
Lucky me, I have that ring. Although, depending on when and how that relationship thing, the thing about political relationships kicks in, I may end up regretting using that ring, much like Bilbo did. So the thing about boats, though, is they can only take, like, one champion plus 3 military units at a time. I guess that's transport capacity, But whatever. We can manage this. Ooh, I think that's the Order Lord, as denoted by the double off-white flag. I have a similar double flag, but it's green, signaling that I'm of the Earth faith.
Ready to sail.
Number of champions exceeds the number of available votes. Yeah, we can. Yeah, like I said before, this can only take on one champion. And ooh, Order. And the Order Lord has come up, and now we have this conversation. As you land upon the shore, a large party of mounted cavalry rides towards you under the flag of parley. A voice rings out crisp and clear. Strangers, our kingdom is in need of assistance. We can see that you are surely not from this land, and our king, Wanela, I don't remember that from Beowulf or the Hobbit, inquires as to the purpose of your visit to his realm. Okay, we can answer 4 options. A, we seek the treasure of Hermod. B, none of your business. C, we would ally with you in your war against the elves. Or D, we seek to conquer this region. Dang, I should have said... Dang. You know, I should have saved before doing this. Since... I'm not sure what happens if you click any of the options. Different stuff might happen, and I like the prospect of different stuff and alternate endings and things. Anyway, I'm just gonna be honest here. Say we seek the treasure of Hermod. The leader of the cavalry speaks. I, One-Law, can tell you that my expert ranger, Wigbla, has beaten you to it and knows the location of the treasure. Moreover, he's even managed to steal several gold coins from the dragon's hoard. Ah, there's Beowulf again. Servant stole a cup. Only this one was much more successful, and he stole a lot of other stuff. Unfortunately, Yerm, the dragon, who's now awake, and my people fear reprisal from the theft. Please, take these gifts and slay the foul beast. Wiglaf will go with you to the west, where the burrow mounds lie by the sea, and aid you in the quest. The largest burrow is the one you seek. You are welcome to the treasure in payment for your service. I am far too busy fighting the orcish hordes to spare any men to deal with the dragon. Yay! Yay, I didn't get killed. We got a new quest. Find the burrows west of the Order region and slay the dragon. And this is where I'm going to end the recording as soon as I get the rest of my troops across the sea. I basically paid upwards of 600 gold for a ferry ride. Now I'm back to losing 1 gold per turn because of the ranger. Okay, and a party cannot contain more than 3 champions. That's that rule.
My lord.
One of the rules.
Ready to sail.
Have you need of me?
Oh yeah, Falcon's Eye is one of the spells I got. It basically increases your sight radius by a lot. It's useful for reconnaissance. Oh yeah, and it also makes it so you can't move.
ready to go.
Now, since the Ranger's a thief, and he can be stealthy, and here he can stealth. Oh yeah, speaking of Rangers, a thief, a Ranger features somewhat prominently, or at least as a secondary character in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. There's the Tolkien literary reference again. Clever impressions games writers, because that's who produced this game, Impressions. They are sadly now defunct. So I'm going to have Wiglop stealth,
What is your bidding?
stealthily follow us. Oh wait,
Command me, my lord.
and I'm going to save this game. And I'm going to stop recording now, so have a good rest of your day, friends. This is Dr. Arcade, signing out.